Today we are going to be talking about our first celeb crushes. So basically we're going to be talking about kids we thought were hot. Weird? Yes. This is Throwback. Your first celebrity crush as a kid, it's like your sexual awakening. It's like when you figure out that you're actually straight or you're actually gay, or for most of us, you're actually somewhere on the spectrum.
It's always funny when you're a child because you view the world for what it is, which is just people. Age is but a number. So when you're 5, 6, or 7 years old, it's totally okay and acceptable in your head to be in love with people who are like triple your age.
I think celebrity crushes kind of set the bar for who you want to be with in life. But before celebrity crushes, I think you're just like, I don't know what I'm interested in or who I'm interested in. And when you see for the first time your celebrity crush in all of their glory, it awakens something inside of you that turns you on. Like, not necessarily sexually, but just like, oh, this is what feelings feel like.
I hate it when people ask me this because I never really had like one main celebrity crush. Like I definitely liked like JC Chazé from NSYNC, and like even I feel like Devin Sawa in Casper. Remember that was a big one. But I was just never obsessed with one of them because I felt like I was very realistic about it, and I was just really busy horseback riding all the time, and I was a loser.
Brian from the Backstreet Boys was my first everything. It was his angelic voice, his soft eyes, his height. Actually, I have no idea how tall he was. He could have been really short. I didn't look it up. It wouldn't have worked out anyways. I was 7, but yeah, that definitely was illegal.
I had a lot of little celebrity crushes as a child, like Uncle Jesse from Full House, Will Smith from Fresh Prince, but I had 2 that I would have died for. First one, Patrick Swayze. When I was a kid, I discovered Dirty Dancing, and this was before I actually spoke English, but you don't need to speak English to understand the sexuality in that movie. I've had the time of my life. I was so obsessed with it. Bow Wow was definitely my first celeb crush, which I'm so embarrassed to say, but I liked him before I knew that he wasn't gonna get any taller. But what I love the most about him is he came out, he was like a rapper, and then he was on like Mike, and he has these beautiful like hazel eyes, and then the braids were in back then, and he had these cool little raps. So I was really obsessed with him. But as I grew up, I started growing taller, but he stopped. And I was like, you know what, I can't be with someone that's shorter than me, so the crush kind of just fizzled out after that.
My love for Aaron Carter started back in the Lizzie McGuire day when he made his special appearance. He had the I Want Candy little segment with her. I think he even got to kiss her. I want to say he dated her. Aaron's Party, Come and Get It. I have that whole thing memorized. How I Beat Shaq. Those were like the jams. Those were like the party jams. If I went to a party when I was 12.
My first celebrity crush was Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell. I thought she was like the perfect human until Mario Lopez came on the screen in his black unitard, and he did like the ballet move, and that's when I knew.
My first celeb crush was the one and only Jonathan Taylor Thomas, also known as JTT. Actually, the original JTT. He was great, he was so cute. The only problem is when he got older, he did not change in height. He is the same height he was when he was 12.
But my biggest celebrity crush of all time, I remember when it started, December 19th, 1997. It was a Friday. It was the premiere of Titanic.
My first celebrity crush was Leonardo Dicaprio. I went to go see Titanic in theaters when I was like 6, which is ridiculous.
You couldn't have told me when I was a teenager that I wasn't going to marry Leonardo DiCaprio. I really truly believed it, so much so that I wrote James Cameron, the director of Titanic, a letter. And this was when the internet was like first being birthed. Like I was already in the bowels of the internet trying to find James Cameron's address because I wanted him to hook me up with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I had the posters, I had the documentaries, I had every episode of Growing Pains recorded. I was obsessed with this man. So obsessed. This is my high school sketch pad. I did this.
He was, to me, so freaking hot, like next level hot. Leonardo DiCaprio today, like 2017, he's aight.
To this day, I have yet to meet Leonardo DiCaprio. I pretty much met everybody else, but I still have my note that I'm going to give to him because he deserves to see my love for him.
I met the love of my life once and I ruined it. It was when I first moved to Los Angeles like 10 years ago. I'm at this awesome hot club and I realized that Leonardo DiCaprio is sitting right next to me. I was like, this is my chance. I must woo him. What do I do to make him notice me and then fall in love with me? So I jumped on his table and started dancing, flailing. Like all the Cuban Lebanese rhythm disappeared and I just looked like I was having a seizure on top of the table. And I remember he looked at me and I looked down at him like, huh? And he didn't like it. I missed my chance.
Okay, so I saw Mario Lopez at the Grove one time, and I was this close to going up to him and being like, I love you as a host, and I loved you on Saved by the Bell in that black unitard.
Have I ever met Bao? No, unfortunately not. But you know what? He turned out all sorts of bad as he grew up, so I'm glad I liked him in his primetime days when he was just, you know, up there doing good, had a good career, had good morals. Then it just all went downhill. You know, it's kind of sad when you peak at 15.
So those were all of our first celebrity crushes, and now we want to know who your first celeb crush was. Let us know in the comments below, and when you're done with that, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of Throwback.
Click left to watch the return of Throwback, where we're talking our first day of high school, or click right for Get Jacked, where we're testing out floating yoga.